So just got back from seeing the new Hunger Games and have to say this one was very interesting. Only thing I hate about book adaptations is that me not being an avid book reader, I feels like I'm always missing something because I didn't read the book, and you talk to people who read the book and they be like, oh, well, this was different in the book. And they can always say how. So, like, it's always like an element that you're missing. So it's hard to get like a book adaptation to movie kind of like always 100% like on point. But this movie takes place. It's starring Tom Blythe plays Snow, who obviously becomes President Snow, which is later in the which later is in the Hunger Games saga, who basically is the villain. This is his backstory and shows basically where his family came from, how they kind of rose to power, rose to fame. And this is kind of like the early stages of the Hunger Games, and they are starting to do tributes, and now the tributes are having mentors. So Tom Blythe's character Snow mentors Rachel Ziegler's character Lucy Gray, and they two must kind of these two must basically trust one another, even though they're from both two different districts. If you guys don't know how the Hunger Games work, they pick up basically kids from each district, district 1 through 12, and put them into these Hunger Games, and they must basically kill one another. And the winner of the person, obviously, they get a prize, and their mentor basically gets a prize as well. So, but this is, like I said, the early stages of the Hunger Games. So a lot of this story is actually pretty good. So it was a lot of positives and negatives about this. I thought the acting in this movie was superb. A lot of people may not like Rachel Ziegler's portrayal. She basically will be the Katniss Everdeen of this saga. To me, I thought her singing voice was great. I thought she was a solid character, and I really love Tom Blythe's character as Snow. But standouts was Peter Dinklage as the little guy right here. Peter Dinklage was one of the creators of the Hunger Games, and you later go on to realize that the reason why he has so much hatred towards Snow. And then also I love Viola Davis's character. She basically is like the Mad Hatter of this movie, if you will. She's the one that comes up with all these different ways that kill all these the contestants or the tributes in the actual Hunger Games. So I have to take my hat off to her. Like, she played like a mad kind of kooky Mad Hatter thing going on. But Viola is the GOAT. Like, everyone knows she's one of the best of all time, and she proves in this role as well. Even like I almost thought like she was like the main villain, but it's like I said, this story, it was good. Like, the first half was good, the second half was okay too, but I'm gonna tell you a lot of people are not gonna like this movie. The third act, like, this movie was almost like 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and it's like it could have been shorter or it could have been longer. It's like they spend so much time on the first two acts, and they're actually paced very well, and they get to the third act, and not only does it really not answer the questions of like what's gonna happen, it just kind of abruptly ends, and you're left wondering like, what happened with the characters? Like, well, you know what happened with Snow, but you don't know what happened to a couple of the other characters. It's just that you're very like in limbo, and it's almost like they rushed the third act. So that's like I have like more questions than I had answers. This is what I'm talking about. Like, it's almost like I missed reading the books because I said I missed these answers because I didn't read the books. And I hate feeling that way. I wish they would basically give me the answers without me having to pry over the book or talk to someone who read the book. But all in all, good acting job. I just will say the last, like I said, third act really kind of sucked, for the movie aspect. Like, it was a very solid movie until that third act. It just was just like, that's what y'all decided to do. So, all in all, decent movie. If you're a fan of the Hunger Games, I would definitely go check this one out. It comes out this weekend. All right, guys, drop those comments for when you do go check this game out. When you do go check this movie out. Excuse me. Drop those comments. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie once you do see it.